Hello everyone and welcome back to your weekly fix of Fantasy Premier League updates. इस वीक हम लोग इस एपिसोड में हम लोग डिस्कस करने वाले हैं कि क्या ट्रांसफर टारगेट्स हैं और जो मोस्ट ट्रांसफर पीपल हैं या प्लेयर्स हैं इस पर्टिकुलर वीक में वी गोना डिस्कस दोस. सो लेट्स गेट स्ट्रेट टू इट. सो फर्स्ट वन इज ह्यूंग मिन सॉन. ये काफ़ी हफ्तों से इस प्लेयर को खरीदा जा रहा है, इसका ओनरशिप परसेंटेज बढ़ रहा है, इसका प्राइस बढ़ रहा है एंड ही हैज़ रिवॉर्डेड हिज ओनर्स वेरी वेरी हैंडसमली. सो आई थिंक दिस इज़ वन ऑफ द प्राइम टारगेट्स और टॉटनहम का जो डुओ है सॉन और केन का, दैट इज़ वर्किंग रियली रियली वेल फॉर देम एंड उनके फिक्सचर्स भी काफ़ी ईजी हैं for the next 3 weeks at least, which is Burnley away, Brighton home and West Brom away. और वेस्ट ब्रॉम में अवे में जो वेस्ट ब्रॉम इज द लीस्ट डिफेंसिवली टैक्टिकली गुड टीम इन प्रीमियर लीग. सो उस गेम में सॉन को या केन को कैप्टन बनाने का चांस बहुत बहुत अच्छा है और मोस्ट ऑफ द एफपीएल मैनेजर्स वुड either prefer Son or Kane in that week to be their captain. और जब हम स्टैट्स पे देखें तो प्राइस 8.9 हो गया था एक टाइम पे गिर के, अभी वो 9.3 हो चुका है, मेनली बिकॉज केविन डे ब्रुयने को इंजरी हुई थी तो उसके साथ काफ़ी एफपीएल मैनेजर्स ने उसे बेचा और द स्ट्रेट रिप्लेसमेंट वाज ईदर सॉन और फर्नांडिस. सो उसकी वजह से सॉन की ओनरशिप परसेंटेज काफ़ी बढ़ गई है. एज यू कैन सी इट्स ऑलमोस्ट 50%. सो 50% of the teams in FPL has this man. And as you can see the stats, goals, 7 goals in 5 matches, 2 assists, second highest points after again Kane, 58 points. And XG and XA, XG is expected goals per game and XA is per expected assists per game. So even though XG is 0.6 only for Son, but फिर भी 5 मैचेस में 7 गोल मारा है जिसका एवरेज आता है अराउंड 1.4. यस. सो इनका कन्वर्जन रेट इसका इस प्लेयर का बहुत बहुत अच्छा है. इवन दो XG इज लेस एंड XA इज रिलेटिवली ओके. XA जितना दिखा रहा है 0.33 उतना ही उसने मैचेस में उसने असिस्ट दिए हैं. तो आई वुड डेफिनेटली हैव हिम इन माय टीम राइट नाउ. आई हैव हिम इन माय टीम, सो दैट्स अ गुड थिंग फॉर मी. नेक्स्ट प्लेयर दैट आई वांट टू टॉक अबाउट इज डोमिनिक कैल्वर्ट लुइन. अगेन इसको मैं पहले कई वीडियोस में रिव्यू कर चुका हूँ. काफ़ी काफ़ी अच्छा फॉर्म चल रहा है इस प्लेयर का राइट नाउ और लिवरपूल was the only major test that he had to face and he passed it with flying colors. He got a goal, got 6 points और जो heading capability है इस player की right now, it's the best in the Premier League right now. That is what I can say. इंग्लैंड में स्टार्ट मिल चुका है इस प्लेयर को, उससे भी काफ़ी कॉन्फिडेंस आया है. अगेन सोल स्ट्राइकर इन एवर्टन. एंचेलोटी का काफ़ी बड़ा हाथ है इसमें. एंचेलोटी बहुत सपोर्ट कर रहा है इसे. ही इज़ बीइंग पिप्ड एज द नेक्स्ट इंजागी. ही इज़ द राइट मैन एट द राइट प्लेस. ही माइट नॉट बी द बेस्ट finisher or maybe the most silky goals will not come his way, but he'll be there when it is needed for Everton. So he's the go-to guy in the Everton team if you want to. और फिक्सचर्स भी relatively easy हैं. Southampton away, Newcastle away, United at home. United is not that tough a fixture right now. At least defensively, they might concede goals. Everton in that game, but definitely it's not that the defense is the best in the league. So he definitely will have chances of scoring those goals. Ownership percent again, I think इसका कैल्वर्ट लुइन का सबसे ज्यादा है या साला का. इट्स 54.5, लाइक इट्स मोर देन 50%. एंड नाउ लाइक एट 7.7 it's still value for money right now. It has risen zero point 0.7 million, the most steep rise in just 5 game week. So it's almost 0.1 million every game week. So उसको अगर माइंड में रखें तो काफी काफी इंपॉर्टेंट प्लेयर है एफपीएल मैनेजर्स के लिए and he gives the right balance. So strikers may either you go for Harry Kane, which is too expensive for some people. Right now, Harry Kane is 10.8, so it's tough to get him in the team. But इसको अगर आप लोगे और let's say some other attacker, let's say Jimenez or Ings, you can balance funds as well as get the right amount of points that you need. And the next player is, I've already been talked about in the previous session as well. So Harry Kane, most number of points in the season, 5 goals, 7 assists, XG is 0.75. He'll almost score a goal 75% of the times in a match. Again, XA is 0.64, which is again a really high on the high side. So assist देने के chances भी बहुत ज़्यादा हैं. As you can see, 5 goals, a goal per game, 7 assists, probably more than an assist per game, 60 points right now. And fixtures at least till game week 8, पहले भी ये डिस्कस कर चुका हूँ मैं, इसके fixtures for the next 3 game weeks is, it's very like it's in favor of Tottenham. Burnley away, Brighton home और West Bromwich Albion जो कि defensively बहुत weak लग रही है in the 5 matches that we have seen. Although sample space छोटा है, but West Brom is not defensively good. So we expect a lot of FPL points from Tottenham assets in that particular game week. तो अगर इस हफ्ते नहीं ला पा रहे हो या अगले हफ्ते नहीं ला पा रहे हो हैरी केन को, definitely make sure that at least for that one game week you have the funds and you have a strategy to get him into the match in your team, right? So ये 3 players हैं. These are my top 3 picks that you must have in your team. Right now I have Son and Calvert-Lewin. Harry Kane के funds नहीं है मेरे पास, and I have Jimenez and Calvert-Lewin. So मैं hope कर रहा हूँ कि इन दोनों के points मिला के they'll cover for Harry Kane. So for example, Harry Kane gets a bumper. I am not sure he'll get a bumper haul for 16 points like he did in game week 5. But even if he does, I expect Calvert-Lewin and Jimenez to get 8 points each to to cover that for me. So that is what I'm banking on. Plus, I'm hoping he does not fire like last time, because Burnley away, Burnley has not been that good defensively, but their captain James Tarkowski is back, and they had a 0-0 nil-nil draw against West Brom. So hopefully they're back to their solid defensive shape. Nick Pope is there. I hope he can have some good saves against Harry Kane, so it does not hurt me that much, because right now I don't have him in my team, and this week I've already made my change of getting Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and I'm not hoping, or I'm not thinking of going for a -4 hit, at least for Harry Kane. No, I don't have the funds, and I don't have the point scope. Then moving on to the next player, Emmy Martinez from Aston Villa. What a buy for FPL managers who have bought him, who got on the bus for him and who bought him early. Right now, again, I have already made my transfer. I can't get him in, but I really hope I will get him in. Fixtures relatively easy. Aston Villa का defense काफी improve किया है in this season, probably because they have spent a season in Premier League last time, right? So and they got saved on the very last day. So now they have more experience and they have a better goalkeeper as well. So that does play a big part right now. And within 4 game weeks, his price has risen from 4.5 to 4.8. That means people are buying, and ownership will definitely increase as we go along. So साउथहैम्पटन का जो गोलकीपर था एलेक्स मकाथी, शुरू के 4-5 गेम वीक्स लोगों ने उसे चांस दिया दैट ही शुड बी आवर गोलकीपर एट 4.5, बट his performance was not that great. Southampton defensively were not that great. So उसको बेच के लोगों ने डायरेक्ट स्विच मारा है एमी मार्टिनेज को, and he has rewarded, and like 31 points in 4 games at an average of, and I think, yeah, the only clean sheet that he did not keep in those 4 matches was against Liverpool, where they were like anyway not expected to keep a clean sheet against Liverpool. So that is completely fine. Almost an average of 8 points per game. So that is like, I'll take it any day in FPL. If you have the funds, if you don't have an issue with your team and you want to get the goalkeeper situation fixed, I'll definitely go for this guy. Fixtures are also relatively easy. I'll say Leeds and Southampton at home, with the kind of form Aston Villa is in, I think they will keep at least one clean sheet in those. And Arsenal away is also always a tough fixture, but who knows? He can put off a blinder against his old team. He does have a point to prove. They let him go. So yes. Next player is James Rodriguez. Price again has risen to 8 million. Like that is not expected. That was not expected that इतना जल्दी Premier League को adjust करके he'll get the returns. And Ancelotti has built his entire team around James Rodriguez, right? So Doucouré, Allen, all of them cover for him defensively. And in against Liverpool as well, when they were struggling defensively, he went back. He tried at least. He got a yellow card. वो इतना defensively strong है नहीं. He's not that fast. He's not that quick in getting their tackles in. So that is what I don't think that he's good defensively. But going forward, the entire team is built according to his needs. He decides where the player would go and would not go, and where he can find spaces, right? So 3 goals, 3 assists, an attacking return every game. So that is what you want. And seven, now it's 8 million. If you already have him, great. If not, I still think he's great value, and he'll be there in the Everton team for almost all the games, right? Added advantage to Everton is they don't have any Europa League fixtures or Champions League fixtures. So he'll not get injured, and he'll have enough time to rest and work on his fitness so that he can perform in the Premier League. And since Everton has started really strongly, right now they're at the first position. Ancelotti will make sure that they remain there as long as possible and build pressure on rest of the teams. So I'll definitely pick him. And the last player that I'm going to talk about is Jack Grealish. And again, price is 7.2 million. 0.2 million से बड़ा है. Ownership is 23%, similar to uh, Emmy Martinez. Goals and assists mostly in the Liverpool game he got, but he's looking really dangerous. He's getting into the boxes, and with the with coming of Ross Barkley, he has that added support of a established player who's played in the Premier League with and has actual like real quality. So he and Ross Barkley are the real deal for Aston Villa, and they are really solid now at the back. So he does not have to defend that deep. So he's always in a position to get behind the defenses or play that killer pass for Ollie Watkins. And if you don't have the funds, I'll definitely say that Ross Barkley is your man. If you don't have the funds, Ross Barkley is at 5.9 million, and Dean Smith, who's the Aston Villa manager, he has also said that getting Ross Barkley has really changed the mood of the entire dressing room. They have a quality player in their team. They know that they can pass the ball forward to him, and he can control, or at least he'll hold up the ball and then bring everyone into play. So उस हिसाब से if you don't have the money, Ross Barkley is a really really good option if you want to just enjoy the Aston Villa party, because right now Aston Villa is the unbeaten team along with Everton, but Everton has dropped 2 points against Liverpool. Aston Villa is 4 out of 4, so they've got 12 points. So they're really high on confidence, and they'll try to maintain that. And Jack Grealish or Ross Barkley, if you don't have the money, they'll be going to play a really really important role in that team. Now, in the next section, I'll be discussing my punts for the week. So how this section goes is I'll give a list of 3 players or 2 players every week where I feel, and this is coming straight from my gut, that okay, this player is going to work either in this particular week or in the next week or in the coming weeks. So let's move on to that section. So the first player I feel would be important or would be high FPL scoring is Sergio Aguero. He has always been a high FPL scoring uh, a player, and right now he's 10.4 million, almost zero point 0.4 million cheaper than Harry Kane. And he played his first match in game week 5, and although he did not score or was not that involved in the attacking play, but जितना ज़्यादा ये बंदा खेलेगा उतना ही मैच फिट होगा और उतना ही शार्प होगा. और गैब्रियल जीसस is injured, so इसका place is fixed, and we're not sure for how long Kevin De Bruyne is out. So उसकी वजह से creativity कम है मैनचेस्टर सिटी में, but as soon as KDB is back, he'll be firing on all cylinders. So if you want to ride the boat and take a chance on him, I think this is the time. He'll be the cheapest right now, and going forward, iska price increase ही होगा. So getting him in the team would not be that easy for you guys. So fixtures like Manchester City, I personally believe is fixture proof. So right now their form is not that great. So even against the weakest team, they might struggle. But it could be in a moment that the sparks start flying and they are like they'll score 5, 6 goals and Aguero can get a hat trick. So that is something that I am thinking, I'm pondering about कि क्या इसको team में लिया जाए, but not at least this week. I'll not get him in my team. Next player is Marcus Rashford. Again, a differential, only 6.3% ownership. And with Marcus Rashford, we have seen in the previous FPL season that he's a streak player. So he'll work for like 10, 12 games, like really well, then he'll have a dip for next 10 games. Right now, in like he has worked wonders in Newcastle. He was really looking the part. He was really interested in the game, involved in the game. He was making chances for himself. He was taking shots. Got involved with Bruno, and now then the Champions League match against PSG. Right, so he was always involved. Now it could be start of the streak, and if you want to get on a ride with him, if you don't want to miss the boat for him, his price might increase as if he performs. Since Marshall is also out, his starting position is almost fixed on the left hand side. So I think he's a really good buy, and right now I'm also thinking of getting him in my team with a -4 hit. But let's see. Right now I'm really desperate for points. So if he's a differential, or even Bruno Fernandes, I have the money to get Bruno Fernandes in, and I might take a chance on that and get him in. Then the last player that I want to talk about is Max Kilman. He has started last two matches for Wolves, both clean sheets. So you can see 21 points in two games. He's got bonus point as well. He got an assist for Jimenez, although it was a bit lucky, but FPL points, like you take it anyway they come. And fixtures, next three fixtures at least are really good. Newcastle at home, Crystal Palace again at home, Leicester City away. That is a, a bit tough, but since Jamie Vardy is not playing, Leicester is looking toothless in attack. So that is something we can consider. They can get a clean sheet. But the only difference is, or the only point of concern is whether he's going to start every match. Last two he has started, and because Marsal was out and Romain Saez was playing on left back. Now, since Marsal has come back and was a substitute in the last match, whether he'll start again, that's the question. And although Nuno Espirito Santos, who's the manager of Wolves, he likes to play with a very settled lineup. So if he thinks ki Kilman is the guy who's making his defense strong, he'll make sure that he starts every match, right? So I am a bit skeptical right now, but like at 4 million, you can keep him in the team and like not start. That is not an issue, right? You can always get him out at a later stage. But with the kind of games he has lined up, if he starts, he's sure of getting clean sheets, and he's very cheap. So I don't think that if you have a free transfer this week, or if you're wondering, probably next week I'll transfer, make use of a free transfer, double transfer, then get him in. So yeah. Now coming back to my team. Now this is my team right now, and I have already made a change, bringing in Calvert-Lewin in place of Mitrovic. Now the other change that I'm looking at, but it will cost me -4, is replacing Mahrez with either Bruno Fernandes or Marcus Rashford. I have the funds for that. I can do that, but it will cost me -4. So I really need them to like have a double digit game week for me. Let's say bring in 12 or 13 points. But the match is against Chelsea, so I'm not sure whether that is something that is going to happen, because Chelsea's keeper is also changed. Like they no longer have Kepa in goal. So Mendy has performed decently well. They kept a clean sheet against Sevilla in the Champions League. So that ways, I'm not sure whether to bring in Rashford or Fernandes and get a hit, right? Or my other option is I go for -8 points, and I have Van Dijk in my substitutes who's out for the season. So I replaced Van Dijk with a cheaper defender, maybe Kilman, and replace Jimenez with Kane. So that would cost me -8 points, but I am not sure whether Kane would perform. Let's say he'll again get 12 or 13 points again Burnley and give me the returns. So I'm skeptical about that. I would like not to take a hit. So right now this is my team. My only change that I'm looking, I might change is Mahrez against Rashford or Fernandez, because Mahrez has disappointed me a lot. In the past 2 or 3 game weeks, he has just not worked for me, and he's not working out according to, I think, Manchester City as well. Manchester City is not in the best of form, so he's not getting those chances. He's not taking on players. He was really good at taking like one on one, but right now he's not doing that. So yeah, I might replace him, may but only on Friday or Saturday, because with the Champions League going on, with all the COVID thing, I'm not sure whether even Fernandez or Rashford might get injured in training or not. So I'll wait for Friday or Saturday and then probably take a call, because right now I have the funds and I don't think that would be an issue. Then my overall point is 255, which is an average of 51 points per game week. And although I'm not happy with that, but I can't be sad because my 2 game weeks were really bad. I got 27 points in 1 game week, and I think I got another 28 or 29 in that. So those game weeks were horrible, like really horrible for me. And coming on back of that, like this seems a good starting point. I feel that from now on I can only go higher and my rank would only improve. So I'm really satisfied with my team right now. My only concern would be getting my keeper fixed as soon as possible, because Pickford is not that reliable and they haven't kept a clean sheet, Everton. So if they surprise me, that would be great if we can get a clean sheet eventually. But right now it's completely out of my hands right now. So yeah, this is my team. So do let me know if you see any changes, if I can make if I can get in a player that would help me get more points, if I'm missing some player. So yes, that was the video, guys. If you like it, please I request you to like, share and subscribe it. I've been putting in a lot of effort in getting these videos out, and I hope you like it, and please subscribe. Thank you.